So it definitely started out as a friendship. And this friendship turned into something more. With this Wheel of Fortune card, it quickly turned into 433 on the timer, something that you thought would move in the right direction. You, in your head, kind of maybe thought it would go from friends to lovers. But this wasn't their intention from the start, right? They weren't trying to give you flowers. They wanted to use your time, your energy, your light, your life force. They could see that aura, that shine about you. And this is kind of what drew them in. Even if you couldn't see it at the time, this person, they could see it. And you emotionally regulated them. This Queen of Cups energy shows like you very much emotionally regulated them. You probably even made them think a little bit differently from an emotional perspective, right? You were there, you were caring, you were compassionate. They liked this about you. But it also shows they may have thought you were very almost naive. Like you were easy to manipulate, easy to gaslight. But what they were thinking just was simply, this is who you are. You sit in Queen of Cups and Empress energy. You're caring, you're kind, you're compassionate, but you can also sit in this Queen of Swords energy, right? You are a respected individual. You have your head on straight. You have an aura about you where, if you're upset, you're not going to allow your emotions to take control. You're going to be direct with your boundaries. You're going to set the standard for how you want people to approach you, but you are a nice and compassionate person, genuinely. You hold love, you hold space for it, and you hold it for everybody until you don't any longer. And I think with the Star card coming out, when you balance this and then you decided to leave because you left the situation, you realize this is not vibrationally aligned with me. And they knew this from the beginning. They knew from the beginning you were a different caliber individual than they were. You were definitely you were not vibrationally aligned with them. They were sitting in a very low vibrational energy, probably sitting very heavy into this root chakra, right? These lower quadrants, and you were very much in your heart space, your heart chakra. And so you were working on yourself. You were doing a lot of healing at the time. And what they saw this as was naivety. They saw it as someone they could take advantage of, someone they could use for their own selfish gain. And so you did. It shows you gave a lot. You went on this journey with them, thinking, again, that it was more than what it was. You learned that later, but you were generous with your time, your energy, your love. You balanced them out so much until you didn't. It's like divine intervention. You ended up leaving. You ended up walking away because you realized this person was like sucking the life force from you. They were taking more than they were giving. They weren't replenishing you at all in any way. And you did it in such a balanced way. You were able to walk away, maintain your integrity, not throw your life into a complete disaster emotionally, again, because you sit in the heart space. You ride the waves of dysfunction should you ever need to, because you spent some of your life, maybe your early childhood, maybe your early adulthood, you spent it in survival. So you were used to writing this, but because of who you are and what you hold inside your heart and the fact that you understandably so know that, humans are capable of doing a lot of crazy things, but you don't let it change you. You still sit in that heart space. This threw them for a loop, and that's why they're missing you. They didn't realize what they had when they had it, mainly because they weren't looking for it. They were just looking for, what can I get out of this situation at the time? What can I use you for? How can I benefit from this? And so now you have them overthinking in more ways than one. Now they're looking in the mirror. You were a mirror for them. Now they're looking in the mirror going, okay, wait a second. If I look at every action of the collective, I can't really justify my actions towards them. They were so emotionally balanced. They sat in their heart space. They really provided me everything here from an emotional perspective, a physical perspective. They held space in their heart for me. They gave me compassion. They even set their own boundaries here. They clocked me for exactly who and what I was. They saw it. Most people don't even see it. You saw it. You brought awareness to it. This is what kind of tormented them after you walked away. And so they're sitting and thinking about it very differently now. It's caused major towers and upheaval. Again, it's almost like you activated them. You activated them to look in that mirror and do that strong, deep reflection. And I don't think that they've liked and enjoyed the mirror that's now looking back at them. They really don't. Because it's shattering who they thought they were or who they portrayed themselves in public to be. This could have been someone with strong narcissistic traits. But in the meantime, you lost a lot in this process. They took from you your time, your energy, probably even your resources, your love, for sure, your essence, your love, what you hold so dear in that heart space of yours. So you're healing, you're moving on. You're halfway there, really. You've really cleared the heart chakra, because even though they were distorted in this friendship, this connection, this love, this heart space, you were not. You genuinely loved this person. You genuinely cared for them. You wanted the best for them. So while they're sitting in this Three of Swords energy, you have really taken this bull by the head here, by the horns, and you have pushed through the hurt, pushed through to the point where you are ready to actually move forward. You can. You're not looking, but you will move forward. You're ready to open the heart space again to another, because you realized I did everything I could in that situation. I was simply at the wrong address. This person was giving me so many false options, opportunities, love offers. There was no love there. There was no real, genuine connection. This person was selfish. They only cared about their own. Again, every time you poured into their cup, they dumped it right out. And so, again, you're maintaining those boundaries going forward, because should you get into this very stable, healthy connection, the one thing you're not going to do is allow someone to pour those cups out while you're pouring in and replenishing them, because you're sitting in this Queen of Wands energy. You are sitting in this Queen of Wands energy. And again, you're not looking for anything, but when you find the right one, you're absolutely opening that heart space again. Because you're very healed. You're very healed. You have that black cat energy. And again, this person lost out on the benefit of you. They're very distorted. They were distorted then, but they're very distorted now. And to be honest, they're still thinking about the wrong things. They're heartbroken, and they're thinking about their material possessions, their stability, their finances, their security. You, on the other hand, are thinking about that heart space and how to expand it, how to work through it, how to clear it. Because you understand the impact that that has on you, your future relationships, your future connections, maybe even the collective as a whole, if this is a very deep spiritual journey for you. You go within to understand what went wrong, to understand how to put up more boundaries, to understand how to work through those chakras, to understand how to heal yourself through the self-reflection, through those chakra systems, through that heart space. You're not afraid to look in the mirror, just because they are. You always go within to replenish yourself. They do not. They don't know how to do this. You may have even tried to teach them this at one point, but they do not. And this is why you've gathered the support of the community, the support of those that you do still choose to have in your life, because people can see what your reaction is, how you heal from what is done, the damage around you, the damage to you. They can see how this person does not. What do? Self-sabotage items, right? May go out drinking. They may gossip, spread lies, spread rumors, say nasty things about you, about the connection. They may even wonder how it is that you could sit in this High Priestess energy. You may feel very distorted right now through this healing journey. You may feel very lost. You really may feel very lost. The Magician reversed here. But again, you did what was best for you emotionally. This is what you needed to do to heal, to move on, to move forward, to not let this be essentially your own demise. You don't want to take 10 steps back on your healing journey when you've already worked so hard to get there. You've worked incredibly hard to sit in this King of Cups energy, which is what you are doing. You are so emotionally mature here. You ride these waves like they're nothing. You don't even see the waves. You don't even see the waves, and you're kind of dodging any offer that comes your way that's not vibrationally aligned with you. You're just clocking it immediately. So you're doing great work. Again, you're sitting very heavy into that heart space. You had big transformations And this person